Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon to all the people watching on the live stream and most especially watching on the replay. And we have a very special story today about La Carnita, modern Mexican, and smoked meats. And we'll talk to Aiza about their story, how it started, and how they started to expand during this pandemic, and what were the lessons learned. So if you're in the food industry, you wanted to learn or, it's just sharing the story, please join us. My name is Antonius, founder of Our Awesome Planet, and we're an awesome live with La Carnita.
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
we're here
Carnita.
talking to
And thank you for
All right, Aiza, I'm so excited to talk to you today. And maybe can you give an introduction about yourself and about La Carnita?
Yes, hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Sir Anton, for inviting me to be part of your show. So I am Aiza Mesina. I am the founder of La Carnita Modern Mexican Cantina plus those smoked meats. So basically, we just recently launched La Carnita Express. We offer on-the-go Mexican food. So La Carnita started 2017 inside a food park. So we went viral 2017 because of the Nachos a la Bomba, the first ever grilled Nachos a la Bomba. So isa ako sa mga naglakas loob to leave the corporate world and pursue my passion in cooking and baking. So until now, very passionate ako in what I do.
Okay. Pakita natin yung can you tell the story of this Nachos a la Bomba, no? Itong video. Okay. So you got very popular with this nachos, no? Paano yung naisip to pala?
Okay.
Maybe you can share.
Yes, so we started 2017 sir in food park. So at that time, I did all the menu, I did all the concept, the product development. So I'm very fond and comfort food ko ang Mexican food talaga. So sabi ko, kung papasok ako ng food industry, gusto ko magawa ng Mexican food. But at the same time, my thought at that time, kailangan pag maglo-launch ako ng branch, I have this one product wherein La Carnita would only offer, and that's the Nachos a la Bomba. 2017, nung nag-hit yung raclette, Sir Anton, yung ni-scrape yung cheese. So I thought of combining nachos with that. Para may showmanship. Iba kasi talaga pag may showmanship yung mga produkto natin eh. And I just want to share with you also na yung recipe ko na nacho beef or yung parang chili con carne ko with the nachos a la Bomba is actually a 16-year-old recipe of mine. So, nung college pa lang po ako, I have a small stall in our school cafeteria in Miriam College. Nagbebenta na ako ng crispy taco nun, sir. So, right after my class, magluluto ako ng nachos para the following day, may ibebenta ako sa mga batchmates ko, sa mga teachers ko. So, it all started there.
What's your corporate job that you quit for this business?
Oh, I used to be an account executive in an advertising industry. So, medyo grabe yung pressure talaga. So, nung grabe, di ba? Kailangan ang quota at ang sales monthly. Ibang level talaga. So, nung time na yon, I decided to leave the corporate world. Having the thought, number one, sabi ko, kung kaya ko ibenta ang produkto ng ibang kumpanya, definitely I could sell my own product. Ako yung gagawa. But, syempre, ang daming at risk nung time na yun. I quit corporate world at age 25 years old. Pero sabi ko nga, that's the perfect time na tumalon talaga, mag-jump. Kasi wala pa akong anak, walang asawa, so walang masyadong at risk nung time na yun. Siya kasama ko pa yung mami ko, so pag nawalan ako ng pera, pwede ako pumatok sa kwarto ng mami ko. Pero I think it's really the calling of passion at that time, and I felt that at that time, perfect timing talaga eh.
So this is pre-pandemic, of course. What was the biggest challenge in starting a concept? I can remember dun sa food park na yun, ang daming concepts, no? And then you guys were the Mexican, and you were one of the most viral, concept there. What was the most challenging part in starting the concept?
Actually, Sir Anton, umpisa pa lang, the moment I want to get one of the stalls there, nagkaroon na ako ng challenge. Kasi that particular food park has a tagline of home for celebrity chef. And I'm not a chef at all. I don't have any culinary background. So when I called the food
Oh.
park, ayaw nila ako i-accept kasi sabi nga nila, oh nga, chef ka or kailangan you have to get a chef. And for me at that time, I don't have any money and wala akong money to get a chef to do a concept for me. And at the same time, I have the thought na ako naman gumawa ng konsepto ko. But, at that time, I will not take no for an answer. So, tinawagan kong admin. Sabi ko, would you mind if I will set a schedule with you to have food tasting and try this nachos a la bomba? So, talagang, I think nagustuhan din nila. So, kasi they awarded one stall to me at that time.
Yeah, and you were the star of that food park, no? So maybe from that food park, what was the lesson you learned? What were the lessons you learned in that food park? Kasi syempre, there was a trend of food park and nawala rin yung mga food park, no? What was the lesson that you learned there?
One of the challenges that we met at that time is really sustainability. Ang bilis nag-hit ng items namin and also the brand. And at the same time, mabilis siyang bababa eh. So I made sure talaga that I have to sustain the business in such a way na kailangan ma-maintain namin yung quality ng produkto. And I have to be honest, nagkaroon kami ng challenges nung time na yon kasi everyday ata nakaka 400 pieces to 500 nachos kami per day. And at some point, quality-wise, bumabagsak talaga. So, that's one of the most challenges that I met like 2017 na mahirap talaga i-maintain yung quality. But at the same time, I have to face that challenge kasi, in food industry, very competitive tong industry to. And, quality is really, really important para bumalik-balik ang customer. And continuous product development is very important. Kaya dire-diretso talaga yung ginagawa namin on how to improve the product itself. Coming from the product, the packaging, even the packaging, ganun pala ka-crucial, Sir Anton. I haven't considered that when I started. Kasi
Wow.
before, gusto ko lang sariling brand. Medyo egocentric ako nung dati, nung wala pang La Carnita na gusto ko sumikat to. But, nung andito na ako sa industry to, ang dami palang kailangan i-take in consideration talaga. And it's really a work in progress until now. Talaga, ang daming pwede naming ayusin. And it's really about being open sa mga feedbacks ng customers and also my partners kung ano yung mga kailangang ayusin.
So that's good, no? Of course, Panky is watching. Congratulations daw, sabi niya.
Hi, Sir
So,
Spanky. Thank you.
yes. So Aiza, I guess that was parang your trial run talaga before the pandemic happened. So what happened in the pandemic? I know the food park closed first, no, before the pandemic. What did you guys do? And when pandemic hits, what was going on in your mind?
Yeah. Actually, pre-pandemic, sir, we had a major breakdown already for the Carnita. Yun yung parang deciding point ko, itutuloy ko ba to o hindi. Because after 6 months of opening the brand in a food park, I was able to get a big location right in front of Ateneo. So supposedly, that's my second branch. I got a
Wow.
place at the Regi Center. So, I haven't considered na sobrang taas ng operational expense. Kasi grabe yung driven by passion ako nun. So sabi ko, kaya ko to kasi ang dami kong sales every day. So after 6 months, naglakas loob ako to get my siblings as my investors. Sabi ko, bukas tayo kasi alam kong kaya ko. And surprisingly, talaga palang iba pagka ganong setup na. And, I really have to close down the store, our second location, because the operational expense is very high. I just felt at that time, sabi ko, trabaho ako ng trabaho. Customer is really not problem at that time. Kaya lang talagang the operational expense, having a location in that kind of building, it's like a mall po kasi, so ang daming pizza
Uh-uh.
and all. I have to close it down. So, yun yung isa sa mga realization ko na hindi pwedeng puro passion lang din, sir. So, kailangan may balancing act talaga. So, napakalaking role ng mga kapatid kong accountant na Aiza, if we're gonna stay there, we're gonna bleed. And we will not be able to sustain the business at all. So, we have to decide. And in God's timing talaga, before we left that big location. I got a smaller location na kaya namin i-cover yung operational expense. Having quality life at the same time na hindi na
Oo.
ako gigising na kailangan ko mag-condo and all. So, yun yung nangyari. Kaya lang naabutan kami ng pandemic dito. So, nung time na medyo hinga-hinga na, kumbaga, nakaka-rolyo na ang
Saan yan? Saan yung location nyo nun?
it's yung first location namin is in Regis Center, pero I got the same location, I mean, a same location. Katipunan din po. We are here at Esteban Abada. So
Sa
nakakuha
likod.
po sa likod. Yes, na medyo mas mura ang renta. So medyo nakakahinga-hinga na ako 7 months after I left the big location when pandemic happened. Nag-announce March 2020, hindi ko makakalimutan yon kasi nasa store ako noon. I have to be honest, nung umpisa talaga tulala talaga yung pakiramdam. Kasi I just recently replenished 2 months of inventory nung nag-announce ng pandemic. So, my thought at that time, shucks, paano ko to ibebenta? Wala na tayong, andun ang pondo ko, sir, eh, kasi nga nalugi kami dun sa unang location
Oo.
natin, eh, sa level. But, nung huminto ako, sabi ko, aside doon sa paano yung pondo, paano yung mga staff ko, kailangan na ng tulong ko. So that was the time na nag-isip ako, nauso yung mga ready to cook food. So kinonvert ko yung
Yes.
mga items na yon. I did a DIY videos with the help of my friends kasi I'm not a techie person. So
Oo.
ginawa ko, ako yung model, ako yung naglalagay sa microwave and then papa-edit ko lang sa mga kaibigan ko. And I would post that regularly sa Facebook namin and it went sold out. So pati yung chimichanga namin, sir, doon din talaga nag-umpisa. So pandemic talaga. And madaming nakapansin, maraming nag-inquire na gusto mag-franchise. So, it all started there. So, may silver lining din sa amin tong pandemic na to. Aside dun sa napakadaming challenges na na-meet natin.
Oo. Now, sige, let's talk about that, no. Syempre when the pandemic hits, there's really a lot of problem. Paano yung naisip na i-franchise? And paano yun, how did you find the people who wanted to franchise? Kasi at the start of the lockdown, di ba, people were holding on their money, they're not sure what will happen. How did that happen? From deciding na you stay in one store and now will franchise, no? To how many stores now? 7 stores, di ba? Paano nangyari yan?
Actually, we didn't decide nung lockdown lang. When I was doing the business plan of the Carnita, sir, kasama na po talaga that I'm gonna open, yung business plan ko is really for franchising in the future. It's just that nire-ready ko lang the commissary kasi ang daming crucial points when you're gonna franchise your business. Just so happened, na pandemic, medyo relax, ayos ko ang sistema, orderly, the commissary, so I made use of the time na lockdown, inayos ang sistema, dinouble check kung kaya ba ng commissary yung magiging production. So, doon kami nag-decide. So, to answer your question, sino-sino tong mga franchise na malalakas ang loob. Mga millennials din po sila. Hi, Den. Hi,
Galing ah.
yes. Pero to be honest, when I started the brand ko, ang dami na rin po talagang lumalapit na gusto mag-invest, gusto mag-franchise. But, hindi lang din, ako pag tumabaho ako, sir, it's not all about money. Pera-pera lang usapan. For me, pag pumasok sa franchising, it has to be win-win situation. And, ako yung magdadala, kumbaga ako yung captain of the boat, and hindi ko papamigay yung brand, given alam ko na yung system, hindi pa ganun kakayos. So talagang ginawa ko yung time ko ng pandemic, ayusin ang lahat, i-systematize ang lahat with the help of my siblings. So, sobrang galing ng delegation namin magkakapatid. May accountant, meron sa purchase, meron sa business development side, I'm handling the operation product development. Talagang tulong-tulong po kami to make things happen.
Oo. Wow, so it's a family business. So, what you're franchising is the express or even the resto concept? Or do you own the resto concept? Paano ba yun?
Yeah, I own the resto concept po, and then we pinapa-franchise namin yung La Carnita Express simply because it's easier to manage. The kitchen is smaller. Inventory-wise, it's gonna be easier for the franchisee. So in terms of the monitoring, I decided na yung restaurant, I would handle it. Kumbaga sa akin na suli yan. But the La Carnita Express, which actually offers on-the-go Mexican food, yun yung willing akong ipa-franchise talaga. And
Oo.
third party naman.
So, question, why did the concept work during this pandemic, yung mga express? Was it because it's an easy product to handle or understand or parang comfort food or I don't know. I mean, 'di ba ang dami ng mga delivery at home din na Mexican. How were you able to compete there? Ano ba nangyari during the pandemic? Why did the customers or your consumers, patronize La Carnita?
Actually, sir, in terms of the pricing kasi we have very competitive pricing. So, during the lockdown talaga, I made sure that we will be so available online talaga na pag tinawagan kami, ready to deliver. Siguro the accessibility at that time for all the customers at lahat online, gustong makatikim ng ibang pagkain naman dahil yung iba sarado. Ang daming sarado at that time, to be honest. At nakita ko yung opportunity na mapansin kahit papaano sila Carnita na nag-uumpisa para mag-umpisa after the pandemic. So it all started there talaga. My partners who happens to be my siblings, sabi namin, we have to be visible online since lahat ng tao maraming time to go online, mag-check ng mga pwedeng i-order kasi lahat ng tao nag-crave ng kung ano-ano. So I think it's really one of the steps that we made at that time. Kaya until now, dire-diretso ang negosyo.
So that's good, no? Hindi ba kayo nag-close except during the lockdown period o dire-diretso talaga
Oo, nag-close kami for 3 months, sir, kasi that
for
was a
three
time na
months?
talagang kailangan. I think inallow din naman kami, but sir, one of my consideration is really the safety and security of our staff also. So I decided na lang talaga that we all stay at home and then part of the revenue na binebenta namin na online na lahat ng mga ready to cook food, is really nagbibigay kami ng regular ayuda to all our staff and talagang yun yung one of my realization during pandemic, talagang hindi pera-pera usapan. It's all about finding your deeper purpose in what you do. Kasi kung pera lang talaga, sir, matagal na ata akong gumibap kasi grabe, hirap pala ng food industry.
Hirap.
Sabi ko talaga, oo, sabi ko, para makapag-compute ka ng kita, ang tagal, ang daming computation. But ang saya ko seeing my staff until now, 5 years together with me, kasama ko, ang tagal-tagal na magkasama. And they're very grateful kasi nakikita rin nila yung naging tulong ng La Carnita sa buhay nila.
Oo. So, you talk about pricing and the pricing is at your back, no? So, bakit ganyan yung pricing? 119, 219, tsaka 399.
Yeah, so the 119 is a single serving. So this one is actually for the new or first-time customer that they just want to try it. The 219 is good for 2 to 3, and then the 399 is a party box nachos a la Bomba. That is actually perfect for family, barkada meal na kwentuhan lang. So, yeah, ang mga pricing na yan, sir, actually, ano yan, hindi yan isahang nilabas. Nakita ko lang yung need from time to time na, okay, may naghahanap ng party box na good for 6, ilabas natin. At nag-workout siya. So, it's really a trial and error talaga na kung ano yung mag-work, okay, let it stay. If hindi, move on, gawa ng panibago. So, ganun yung naging buhay ko for La Carnita for the entire 4 years.
So, I guess the party packs are popular, no? During this time.
Yeah. Especially now talaga na lahat ng tao, I think talagang online yung order na rin, sir, and for delivery. So, to be honest, ang dami ng big percentage of our sales daily, not only for Katipunan branch, but also for the La Carnita Express, talagang delivery services talaga.
Oo. So, yung the franchisee, why did they decide to franchise during this time, during this pandemic, when everybody was closing down? Diba? What was their motivation?
Bukod sa malalakas ang loob nila, sir, hindi. Pero actually, one of the franchises, sir, prior to lockdown, kausap ko na sila.
Okay.
Like siguro 4 months or 3 months prior the lockdown. Talagang nag-express na rin sila. At naghahanap sila ng concept na pwede nilang i-match dun sa isang milk tea company na franchise din nila. Kasi they got a very big location and they knew na parang pwedeng maglagay ng isang concept.
Bagay nga.
Yeah, so it actually worked out well. And then they got another one and then pangatlo na nila. So talagang I'm dealing with two franchises lang po at the moment. Tapos sa mga franchises na to, sila yung may different locations na hapon.
Okay. Now, bakit mo naman pinahirapan ang sarili mo to open a restaurant during this time? What was the idea? What was the concept? Or what's your vision for the restaurant? And where is this restaurant in Katipunan also, di ba?
Yeah, Katipunan along Esteban Abada. You know, one of my vision for La Carnita, modern Mexican cantina and express actually is really, I wanted to make Mexican food available to the Filipino market. So one of my question before ko ginagawa yung konsepto, sabi ko, bakit ang daming nagbebenta ng shawarma, kebabs na store? Sabi ko, bakit walang masyadong naglalakas ng loob pumasok sa Mexican food. So I really got curious about it. Na feeling ko, sabi ko, if I can just make this Mexican food accessible to the Filipino market, palagay ko papatok eh. That's why when you get to taste La Carnita flavors, it's really not authentic and we're not claiming that we are serving authentic Mexican. Rather, we're serving modern Mexican food. So basically, yung palette, I mean, the flavors is really quite adaptive to the Filipino palette. So hindi ganun ka-strong yung mga herbs and spices. So yung target market ko, simula bata, gusto nila kasi the plain quesadilla are all cheese, the nachos, up to yung mga seniors na may hilig kumain talaga.
Yeah. And was it hard opening the restaurant during this time?
It's quite challenging in terms of the preparation, sir, because of the suppliers, hindi available lahat. Even the supply of the raw materials, talaga nagkakaroon kami ng problema during pandemic kasi I think na-hold yung mga shipment and all. Pero aside from that, wala naman masyado naging problema. Like now, talagang getting normal na, bumabalik na unti-unti, regular na lahat.
Congratulations, and more power to La Carnita. But I really wanted to ask you about this kasi, there has been a lot of food entrepreneurs, no, who started during the pandemic and they're successful. Ngayon, syempre iniisip nila, what if natapos na to and they get a lot of offers to open a restaurant, to, 'di ba? Like what you did, after your 6 months of success, parang alakas na loob mo to open a restaurant. But it's not really, that easy, it's challenging. Maybe can you share lang what were your learnings starting from, a single concept to seven na you can impart to them para, they can learn naman and avoid the mistakes. Siyempre, hindi naman siguro ma-avoid talaga. They need to learn that. But at least some wisdom from you. At least you're still, building that brand, but you're a little ahead of them, di ba?
So actually, when they all startup entrepreneurs na gusto rin talagang pumasok in the restaurant industry, number one talaga, it's very important to have calculated risk. Hanggang saan ang pwede mo ipasok. At the same time, napaka-importante to ask you, what is your deeper purpose in what you're entering? Kasi like for me, at first, I really wanted to have my brand, but I realized I have my deeper purpose wherein a lot of people would benefit in that deeper purpose sa gusto kong matulungan. So, that happens to be my staff of the Carnita, kaya dire-diretso talaga. So, passion is very important, but at the same time, you have to balance everything na ano ba ang i-risk mo, hanggang saan ang i-risk mo. And lastly, napaka-importante that, you have to pray at tanungin mo kay Lord kung ano ba talaga yung plano sa'yo. Kasi if everything His plan, talagang magiging okay ang lahat.
Yeah. And I noticed, did you open in the malls ba or outside the malls?
outside the mall. So we are targeting actually locations around the community areas such as subdivisions, near the churches. You know, ang dami po talagang nag-o-offer ng mga malls. Lahat ng malls tumatawag na sa akin. But again, as I said a while ago, it's all about calculating the risk that you want to enter. And at this point in time, alam ko po na hindi pa masyadong mahaba ang pisi ng La Carnita to enter into a mall kasi nakikita ko ang computation nila sa Renton, parang nahuhulog ako sa upuan. So sabi ko, hindi pa ngayon. And I think napakalaki pa ng potential na pwedeng i-tap ng La Carnita dun sa mga nearby communities na pwede naming pasukin. So currently, yun pa muna ang focus namin.
Yes, ang galing. Thank you for sharing. And Marlene, Chef Marlene said, yum. And Kenneth Ching said, congratulations. Really congratulations. And thank you for sharing your story. Let's, just to close this, any final message, and can you invite them to, to support La Carnita?
Yeah. Again, thank you so much, Sir Anton, for inviting me to be part of your show. So, guys, please try La Carnita. We are located along Esteban Abada. So we have other 6 locations. We have in South Branches, Pilar Village, Better Living, BF Aguirre. We also have in Congressional Avenue, Rolex Place, and San Mateo. So if you want to try the first ever grilled nachos and a bomba that actually went viral 2017, 2018, please try it. And we are actually delivering. You can just call us or text us, and then we can just arrange the orders for you.
Yeah, congratulations again. It was awesome seeing you starting, di ba? And then
Sir Spanky, nag-uumpisa pa lang ako kayo ni Sir Spanky talaga ang
at saka not a lot of people survived the food park and not a lot of people survived the pandemic. So it's something else to, hindi naman try. Everybody's still struggling, but at least, you're there and you're expanding. If people are interested, where do they go pala? They wanted to franchise.
Okay. They can just call me or message our Facebook account, La Carnita Modern Mexican Express. So if they can just shoot a message there, and I will just attend to their message.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. And congratulations again. Thanks for all the people watching on the live stream and the replay. Please support La Carnita, Modern Mexican, and Slow Smoked Meats. All right.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right.